Hello everyone, welcome to our reception area in our Brow Diva Tim Makeup Studio.
Yes.
And so we're welcoming you into our reception area.
Yes.
We welcome people every day and we're happy to be here. It's going to be your Sunday morning and we're filming again at the end of the day.
Yeah, because we were running a little late this morning. We were running with the time.
Yeah.
We were in the flow.
Yes.
We thought we would get here to shoot in the morning, but it didn't happen. And I thought, well, Deborah, we're not going to do it today.
And I'm so used to putting that pressure on myself.
Yes.
So I had a huge shift this morning. And this morning. It started last night because I couldn't get to sleep and I started reading I want to grab that book. Would you grab it? I meant to grab it before. I started reading. I am dealing still with the Hashimotos symptoms, and it is because of the long haul COVID that my thyroid was kicked up again. Mm-hmm. So I have been dealing with the symptoms, but not really diligently. I went through this book, Medical Medium's Thyroid Healing book, and just picked out, the tea, the juice, the smoothie, and I thought I'll just start incorporating those into my life. And it's been a couple of months, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And time just gets away. I mean, I shouldn't say that. We're so busy in our lives, and doing any kind of a change needs to be done gradually, so it's integrated. And so I finally got to a point where I've learned so much about myself, because to me, when something is going on in my body, it's an indicator.
Yes.
So it's
our bodies talk.
Yes, and it's an indicator
and we need
to me
listen to our bodies
that I needed to change something. Yes. So listening to my body is one really big thing.
To
listen to my body instead of my mind telling my body that, I can do it, you can do it, you can do it.
So we're usually, a lot of times we've been rushing to get everything opened up, the wax on, the lights on, set up the camera, and rushing, and then we'll put a sign on the door and clients end up coming and
having to wait a few minutes.
And so this morning I was like, I just got back from 6 days off in a row, and I was away for 4 nights and 5 days. And this morning I said, no, I'm not going to do it.
I know, because she's in that relaxed mode. So that's the key, though, when you've taken time to yourself to continue that feeling while we're here and not have to go away to do it.
Because it was so nice.
Yeah, but I was going to talk about my thing, what my shift.
Yeah, but so I had a shift, so it caused you had already started to shift.
Oh yeah, because I started.
And I said we're not going to do it this morning.
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't resist.
No.
Normally I would say, oh yeah, we have time, we can make time.
And today I would have said no.
Yeah. No. And so when she said that, I was like, I felt the instant relief.
Wow.
Like just not having that pressure.
Yes.
We didn't even realize it. So
we put the pressure on ourselves. No one else is doing it to us. And so any stress, well, not any stress, but our stress is our stress. It's how we handle life situations.
Yes, exactly.
So we can feel stressed out. We had people stressed out because there was construction going on. And I had one client walk in and she goes, well, that's a half hour of my life that I'll never get back. And I was like, I said, change it. Yes, I did. I changed it for her. I said, well, tell me about the new grandchildren that you have, because both their daughters had babies within a week of each other. I said, tell me about your grandchildren who are 4 months old now. And she immediately shifted.
Yes, so it's that. It's easy. We can do it for other people when we're aware of it and doing it for ourselves.
And I did it to numerous people today.
Yes.
So I told them about the Joe Dispenza. Change it, stop it, or breathe into it. I've been teaching that so much, and it was just an amazing day.
So Thyroid Healing book.
Yeah.
So I was feeling. Sorry,
She was.
This is hot.
Yeah, he's been with us all day.
Yeah. So I was feeling defeated. I have been feeling defeated. because of still having the same symptoms. And the main symptom is less stamina, or a lot of fatigue. But it's not like I've been sleeping more. No. So
just like she can't do anything physically. Like, I want to play pickleball, and I mean that's mainly, and go stand up paddling, and she hasn't been able to do any of that.
Well, we haven't really had the time to do it either. I mean, that we've been off together.
We could plan it.
Yeah, we need to plan it. I want to do it. So that's what I'm going to do. Is I am going to force myself to get out and exercise a little bit more, and and be out in nature.
Just walking,
just walking. Yeah.
Half
I
hour
could do
walk.
any of that. Yeah. So I'm going to do that tonight when I go home.
Good.
It's either going to be a bike ride or a walk.
Good.
And so I'm going to make it a practice to do that. So anyway, so I was feeling defeated. I was feeling really disempowered, and until I started reading the book.
But you said that you went on to mainstream.
That was after I started reading this. So I looked at this first, and then I started reading it. And in his books, there's so much information, not only the foods to eat, the supplements to take, there's so much more. So there's like stories. It's like, and he tells it a story. So like a story, he tells this about the condition and the healing like it's a story, and he's actually painting a picture with words, and so it's easy to remember and to integrate it. And so the feeling that you get from reading his books is a very empowered feeling.
Wow.
Because he is empowering you with knowledge.
Yes.
Which is also what we do through Tim.
Yeah.
Because we teach women that all of that multitude of makeup that's out there is so unnecessary. So what he's saying is, I mean, his information is so advanced that even years from now, you'll still look at this information, it'll still be advanced.
Yeah.
So one of the things I know is that our thyroids actually talk to each other. There's so much energy in a thyroid. Yes, and even if you've had your thyroid removed, which I had a client in here earlier that did, and she said, I'm on medication for the rest of my life, and that was mainstream information. When I Googled Hashimotos, it was, that you're going to be on medication for the rest of your life. Yeah. This is a disease, it was hereditary. And like, he talks about, about genes, and yes, there are genes, but it's not the gene that makes you have the same thing your mom did. And there's I don't want to go into the story. I really want you to read this, especially
I'm going to read it.
If you or someone you love has a thyroid. So the tissues that are left even after a thyroid is removed or it's radioactively killed with iodine, and there's tissue that's still there, that the body, it's still,
the energy of it is still there.
Yeah, the
vibration, the tissue.
It's in the tissue.
Right,
the thyroid tissue.
Right.
So it's like your body thinks there's still a thyroid in there.
Right.
Okay.
Cool.
So those tissues can even create the hormone that the thyroid does. So they can do the thyroid's job. So people don't know that because the doctor, told my client, you're not going to live without this medication.
Wow. So take the medication or die.
Yeah. Take the medication or die, and you're going to be on it for the rest of your life. Yeah. And the side effect that she told me that she gets is heart palpitations. I mean, like she has to stop whatever she's doing when she gets a heart palpitation. Because I've had heart palpitations, just because of the anxiety. Anxiety is another symptom of this too.
Wow.
I had cured my anxiety before I had COVID, and then COVID knocked it all out, knocked my whole system out. But I do want to say, I finally, thank you to Deanna for scheduling the appointment.
Oh,
because
I have been so hard to watch her go through this, and I'm like, and I just finally realized that she couldn't even pick up the phone and call and make an appointment for herself. And so, so I'm like, Deanna, eating and working and meditating is so important right now. And I couldn't even have the energy to do it. So this appointment that I made for her was a priority. And I had seen my acupuncturist that morning, Donald Londorf from
Inner Sage
Healing. And we had found out that he was getting the EESystem in, which is the Energy Enhancement System. But he had been to the one in Bath, and we had known there was this one in Bath, which is an hour and a half for you.
Yes,
an hour and a half way. And he said he'd been there, and I asked him what it was like, and it's all healing. They can't make any medical claims. However, there have been many, many testimonials of the EESystem. We'll put a link in the description below. You must investigate it, check it out, because...
Well, so the EESystem is there's monitors in the room, and in the recharge room there's 4 monitors in each corner of the room, and it's a beautiful room. And so you just sit and relax. And
in a recliner.
I went into deep meditation.
Bring your pillow and blanket.
Yeah, and just relax. And what was really, so the monitors are emitting energy that is like scalar light energy, which is what Nikola Tesla had invented. Many, it's an energy. And so that's one of the energies, along with a few other energies, which I haven't committed to memory yet, that are being emitted from this monitor.
And it looks like colored lines.
Yes, yeah.
Screen going through the screen.
Yeah, so you'll see on the link if you look. And then I felt, it was a 2-hour session that I had, and I felt like I was only there for 15 minutes. I really felt like I entered, that I was in a different dimension, because there was a big clock on the wall, and I would look at it, and then it seemed to me like a couple minutes after, it would be half an hour. I swear to God.
Wow.
And I'm not usually that in tune with linear time, because especially when I'm not working, I try not to look at the time.
Clock.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's not freeing.
Yeah.
It's really freeing. Like,
and it's a practice.
It is a practice, because when I'm at home, I don't want to look at the clock either. I don't want to know what time it is.
Yeah.
I want to listen to my body, what my body needs. And unless, I have to go somewhere at some time, and then I'll say, all right, at 2 o'clock, I got to start getting ready or whatever. But no, I don't look at the time either. And it is. Yeah. It's very liberating. But anyway,
so my experience was so wonderful, and I found out that they do overnights. So this Sunday, I'm going from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. And I did feel a difference after Monday. I felt better. I felt so much calmer.
And
relaxed, which I hadn't felt in a long time. And let me see what else. I'm just trying to think of, I want to journal this. I just felt better. I felt better. And I felt, and I had some time today where I really felt so much better today. So even little glimpses of that are making a difference.
I feel what Deborah's going through, and she feels what I'm going through. And it was really, really, it was energetically draining for me to see what, she was going through every day. And I couldn't see it. I couldn't watch her do it anymore. And I know that there was nothing that I could do short of what I've been doing.
Right.
So I knew that to make that phone call. And you had a massage appointment scheduled and a facial appointment scheduled that day, to relax and, get pampered. And she, I knew there was no other appointment that was more important than her getting to this EESystem. And so I made it, and then the rest is history.
Yes, my daughter drove me, because Don had said that there was a hard part. The hard part was driving home after being so relaxed.
Because he was so relaxed. How did you feel? Like, could you have driven home?
I don't know. I
Would
didn't
you
have
have
to think
wanted
about it. I didn't even think about it.
I didn't
That's
even
great.
think about it.
Yeah,
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So I'll give you a report next week.
I'm so excited.
What the 12 hours is going to be like.
Yes, I'm so excited, and we'll be monitoring. Exactly, because I know how Deborah has felt, and she hasn't been able to do anything but, shop for food and work and prepare. That's it.
And I'm grateful that I've been able to work. I mean, some people have chronic illnesses that they are bedridden with. So
thank God.
Yes, thank goodness, I've had you and Sam at home being my little angels and motivators and helping me to change it, stop it, and breathe. And
Raise your vibration.
Sam and I were hosting a little gathering for her on Sunday, and I was helping her. And we were in the kitchen last minute. And you know, I get into that hurry mode, you know, where you're like rushing and you're like feeling it. And like everything is heightened right now, the way I feel. I can feel everything is heightened. And so, and she could feel it. And she goes, okay, Mom, take a deep breath. And she was doing it for herself as well as I. She goes, we're going to take a deep breath now. So we stopped, you know, stopped chopping or whatever it's doing. And then I just continued with a more relaxed state. So I've caught myself a couple of times since then, that was on Sunday, being in the kitchen and being in that energy, the rush energy, and being able to, in the moment, catch it.
Wow, it's so good. And it takes the practice. It takes practice.
That's how we shift and how we change our realities. And talk about law of attraction. Okay, we have to change ourselves in order to change anything in our lives.
So
change ourselves.
Let's get back to, I just want to touch on what you said. What we were discussing this afternoon, and when Deborah said, you know, I just felt so empowered reading this book, and she said, you know what? You know, and I just want to reiterate that's what we do with Tim. Is that we show you don't need the multitude of products out there to look better. It's not even about how you look, it's about how you feel. And that it doesn't take very much. It just takes like 5 minutes.
And I have a little story because, you know, before we started, I said, what's our Tim tip? And so the Tim tip is that I remember when we were on vacation one time, and my children were little, and your children were older teenagers, and we were in Florida, in Sanibel, remember that? Well, and so we had gone out to dinner, and when I got to the restaurant, I see Deanna, and she's got her makeup on, and I didn't have, you know, the tinted moisturizer on her, so I don't even know if I had makeup on. And I was like, oh my gosh, she looks so good, you know, and I thought to myself,
did you tell me?
I'm sure I did. I would hope so, right? And so no, I immediately went to the bathroom. No, I'm just kidding. So I thought, you know, I got to do that. I have to do that for myself.
Really?
And so when we see that, and you're the one that's always like, you know, every day, get in there, do it every day. If you're not even if you're staying at home, do it for yourself. Well, I want to ask you, do you still do it every day, even when you're at home? Did you do it? Do you do it when you're at home, or did you do it on your vacation every day?
No.
Right.
No, because I've been doing it for so long, I see my beauty. I see my beauty without Tim. I feel good without it. But it took quite a long time. But then when I was on vacation just now, and we were just going to the beach, we weren't going anywhere, I had, like, when we were going to go out to dinner, I did my makeup because I felt like I looked more enhanced. Not that I looked better, but I felt that I was more enhanced. And I like it. I really, really love.
Well, how do people respond to you? You know, like people, like even when you went to, I know you were driving back from Florida in the winter, and you stopped at that, like, not castle, but...
No, I stopped at a B&B.
Yes.
Yeah,
and she even commented
on how beautiful my skin looked. And I had put it on early that morning, and it was like dinner time. And I told her about the tinted moisturizer. Right. And she's like, your skin is just glowing.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? You know, like, you know, and
be in the car.
And so that, so empower yourself, really do things that you reclaim your power. And that's what Tim is all about, reclaiming your power,
and raising your vibe.
Yes, because when you feel good, that's the law of attraction. That when you desire something and you do it with a good feeling, like you feel as though you already have it, that brings it to you guaranteed.
Yeah, so when you look in the mirror, you know, and you see yourself, you know, that is a good vibe. And how other people respond to you too.
Yes.
You know,
I
that's
had
a good
a client that was in for her second time today, and she's 68 years old. She's going to her high school reunion soon, and she's beautiful. She was just dressed in a really nice dress and a black jacket. She's a real estate agent, and she was meeting with her really close friend. She's like, they have this whole group of friends, and it was a smaller class, so they're all friends. And she said, these friends that I have, we're having dinner tonight because a friend of ours is coming in from California. And I'll tell you, these women are the cream of the crop. They are always, they're fit, they look good, you know, from head to toe. And I said, so do you, Teresa. I'm like, you look so good. And I said, you know, I'd really love to do your makeup before you go to the dinner tonight. Do you have time to come back? Because I don't have time to do it now. So she came back and I did it. And it was just, it completed her look. She had a little bit of a makeup line that was, I couldn't really see very much makeup, but she had mascara on. And she doesn't usually wear mascara. So when I did the Tim makeup technique on her,
did you take the mascara off?
No, I told her, yeah, leave it on because she had it on for the day. And it's just such a mess to take it off. And, but just the eye definer made her after I got done with her, I was like, oh my gosh, Teresa, your eyes are so big. They were beautiful.
Yeah, that's
and
what it
she
does.
felt so great. And she was like, set me up. I want it.
Yeah, she wanted to do that for herself
Yes,
every day.
yeah. Give me your
perfect.
cards. I'm going to tell the women about it tonight because it was so simple and easy, and she looked phenomenal. So I'm so happy for her, and I love that. I love that.
That's what feeds
our soul. And then when Susan, hi, when you came in this morning and you said, you know, how much you really loved, you know, that looked forward to our YouTubes and that you learned a lot. And now Susan, congratulations on your retirement. And now she has time to read her books. So she has the medical medium books.
Oh yeah.
And she's reading them. And
now you have time to comment.
Yeah, and so I asked Susan, please comment, because that feeds our soul.
Yeah.
Our souls.
Yes.
It really does.
So if you have a thought or a feeling,
anything
to us, anything, you know,
anything,
let us know in the comments.
Yes.
Let's get, you know, we want to hear from you because we're just talking to a screen, and we have women come in and tell us, you know, they feel like they're in a reception room with us. You know, but
great to hear.
You know, they're with us. Yes, and we love sharing.
It uplifts us,
and we love sharing.
And we love sharing.
And that's why
that's what we do all day.
Yeah, and that's why we're doing this at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because we want to do it. We want to do it for you.
Yeah.
And
but we do it for us.
We appreciate.
Yeah.
We appreciate so much you being here. We really appreciate. Well, I came to Deanna. I was Deanna. You know, this morning Susan told me how much she loves our videos. We have to do it. We have to shoot today. And
so Susan, it's because of what you said that we're shooting tonight.
Yeah,
really. Thank you.
And so Deanna's like, yes, I know. I want to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
So, well, that's it for today. We'll give you more updates next week on the EES system. And maybe we'll have a little food for next week to
that would
share.
Be a great idea.
Yeah, I think it's time.
Yes.
To do some more food.
Because it's fun. It makes us think about new foods too.
Yeah, and especially with the bounty that is at the farm markets. Brighton Farm Markets, ladies.
We're there Sunday mornings, 9:30.
We'll
come join us.
We'll introduce you to
all
our
the organic farmers that we know and love and appreciate.
Yes.
And so let us know.
We'd love to see you there.
Just show up.
Yeah.
We'll see you Sunday. If we don't, we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
And when you come in for your appointment. We love you all. Thank you so much for being a part of the TIM community.
Mwah. Bye.